Okay, so you have been working on your essays. And one of the things I noticed when I was looking at your essays last night is you guys have moves. Like, you know something about essay writing. I was looking through all of your essays, and I was thinking about some of the things that you know about how to make strong arguments that you've learned since you've been here and in your writing work. You guys know that essays always have a strong claim. You know that the claim has support, has reasons, that there's evidence for every reason you make, that the intro should hook you and set up the essay, that there's a conclusion. And the thing that impressed me the most about your writing was that you also know that essays often have a counterclaim, where you name, what would someone say who disagrees with me, okay? What we want to do today is, I'm really proud of you. I feel like you're ready to lift the level of your essay up a little bit. You've got the foundation down. Now let's build a building. Nitin, you were saying something that felt really strong.
Yeah, I was talking about, like, the story had a lot of specific details.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that the evidence or the details the author used wasn't just general, that he got really specific or precise. Can you cite a line in this essay that does that work?
When he was saying that the Triangle Sports Store on Fifth Avenue, it shut its doors, like it closed, because there had to be a new store there because it didn't fit in the neighborhood.
Okay. So instead of just saying as its evidence, some stores shut down, and that's really sad, they were really specific by naming the Triangle Store. Really nice. So we can say that one way we can develop our essays is that we can add really specific, or sometimes people say precise, details as our evidence. Really nice work. And Noah and Sean, what did you guys say?
We were talking about how, also about the 97 years. If a store is going to be there 97 years, then that says something that it was making good business, that people don't want to go to the big store models, that they wanted their store, the corner store, because they can rely on the small business.
Beautiful,
unlike
Sean.
the.
So let me stop you there. So guys, why does that detail, why does that piece of specific evidence make it a stronger argument?
It's because that it said it didn't belong to the neighborhood, and it kind of, if you have a sports arena, it kind of connects to a sports store, and if you have a big arena that doesn't have a sports store, it's like you're going to a sports event, but you don't have anything to, like, support the teams.
Okay, so let me stop you. One thing I hear that they're saying is that when we're choosing our evidence, we want to choose really strong, persuasive evidence, right? This story about the Triangle Sports Store isn't just any piece of evidence. It feels like it's really persuasive, right? So we choose the best or most persuasive evidence. Okay, let's hear some others. I didn't hear you in the back. What are some things? Anaya, what'd you guys say?
We talked about the tension in the essay or paragraph. So one of the words one of the sentences that was used is "good luck to them," which was kind of sarcastic.
Oh, so you're talking about the tone in the piece. Okay, so you're saying that you feel like this essay isn't necessarily just here are my reasons, here's my evidence, but that actually there's some tone or some voice in there. And what tone did you call it?
Sarcastic.
It's a little sarcastic. And what line did you cite as being
Good luck to
sarcastic?
them.
Oh, right here where it says, and what about the small businesses of Brooklyn? Good luck to them, right? We kind of know that the author might not really mean that. Nice. Good luck to them. Okay, so we can use tone to give voice to our essays. Okay, let's hear one more. Who has a really good one? Aya.
So during the evidence, right, they use transition words like in addition, for example.
Beautiful.
Yeah, an opponent.
Okay, so a couple transition words we see is in addition. What's the other one you noticed?
For example, and then my opponents argue.
My opponents argue. Got consequently there, that's kind of great. And somewhere in here, there's a for example. Beautiful. Many of you noticed in this essay, and that you want to put it in your work, that this author does work with the counterclaim, right? And that not only does this author name the counterclaim, all up here, right? My opponents argue. This is what they say, the people who disagree with me. But that this author actually also spends a lot of time taking apart that argument and saying why it's wrong and I'm right, right? How many of you are going to try that in your essays? A bunch of you, right? That's such important work. So I'm going to add it to our chart, okay? So I'm going to say not only name the counter argument, but one word that people use when they sort of talk back against someone who disagrees with them is they rebut them, okay? So, but, rebut argument. So, class, your work today is going to be to revise your essays, okay? And you have a couple goals for how you're going to revise them, but know that you obviously can do any of these things if you feel like your essays need that work, okay? I have a feeling that your work on your essays is so big today that you're probably going to want to start over on a new piece of paper, right? And say, okay, my foundation is laid, but instead of trying to add things to the margins, that you'll want to go ahead and say, let's start from scratch and make sure we add in this new stuff as we go, okay? All right, really nice work today, guys.